Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Elder Scrolls Lore. Now before we begin today, usually I do a shout out to all the people that I'm able to work with that have been involved with the video, like Aries. I'm able to use his music in my channel, and it's fantastic. I'm happy that we still have this fantastic working relationship here. And then furthermore, I'd like to actually take a shout out to Frederick 1001, who's a user on DeviantArt. He makes maps for the Elder Scrolls universe, and I was able to use his maps for my Akavir videos, and I wasn't able to do a clear shout out in the Akavir video because it was Kuyo's audio, not mine. But I wanted to make a shout out now that I'm able to, and I forgot for the Emil Bragton video, but nevertheless, I'm here now. And so I'm not going to be, his most recent map is a Hammerfell map, but it's more of something that is updated, and I need to be using something that's going to be more relevant towards the past, because today we're going to be talking about the Hammerfell Civil War. Now, not a lot of information about this, or not a lot of things covered on it. I feel like there's not a lot covering on it, but I dove in deep, and we're gonna find and unravel this lore for ourselves. And now I know there's a lot of sex puns that could have been made from there, so we're just going to roll with it. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about the Hammerfell Civil War. As a bit of a prelude to the Hammerfell Civil War, even before the Empire was involved in this whole idea, there was still a rivalry between two political parties known as the Crowns and the Forebears, and tension was starting to reach a boiling point. It was during the reign of High King Thasad II that the Forebear forces started to train underground for the day that the relatively neutral king would be replaced by his Crown Allegiant son, Crown Prince Atur, and the revolution that would follow afterwards. However, a solemn screenplay by a usually satirical crown writer, father of Cyrus and Azura, depicted the invasion of Tamriel with the Ragada fighting loyally with the No-Tatambu, and this made both sides relatively peaceful and put aside their differences to fight the Empire if need be. This just led for Tiber Septim to bide his time before the invasion would even happen. Now, after the peace ended with High King Thasad's death in 862 of the Second Era, the Civil War was finally sparked when Baron Volag invaded and rose up in Sentinel. Now, in the first battle of Sentinel, there was actually a massacre of all the Crown forces and the Crown supporters, which resulted in Crown Prince Atur sailing to the mainland of Hammerfell from Stros Mackay. Now, when he arrived at Sentinel, another massacre took place, and it was one of the bloodiest massacres in Tamrielic history. Following this, the Crowns started to win the war, pushing the Forebears back across the sands, and everywhere you went, there was just one defeat after another, even to the point where the Forebears are being pushed back towards the border of Hammerfell. Now, there is going to be some degree of speculation due to the fact that there is not a lot of information on certain topics, so it's going to be assumed that the Forebear forces would retreat to the city of Tanith, it being a Forebear city, and when they got to Tanith, it's most likely that they also were defeated in a minor battle and pushed to the city of Rahad. Now, it was also here that in Rahad, it's most likely that these forces lost. The Forebear forces would lose again here, because this is where the Empire will get involved. The Empire was looking for an opening to get in, and the Forebears were desperate to win the war. So the Forebears made a pact with the Empire to allow them to enter in, with the idea that there would be some minor land concessions at the end of the war. The Empire took quick notice of this, and they jumped at the opportunity. So quickly, they attempted to retake the city of Rihad, and it was a failure of an attempt, but the Empire wanted to have Bosmer forces enter in and take the city by force. However, this was a failure on their part and was a minor defeat again at the hands of the Crowns. However, this didn't really necessarily turn the tide of the war, because the Imperial forces were coming and the full might of the legions were on their way, as well as their navy. So This is when the most direct route happened. The Empire managed to turn the tide in the war basically by just sending in its full force. When the legions arrived, they most likely retook the cities of Rihad and Tanith and then pushed the crown forces all the way back to Stros Makai, where eventually they were cornered by the Imperial Navy and the Imperial legions. Now, during the final battle of Hunting Bay, or the Battle of Stros Makai, it is here that an Imperial assassin named Dram would shoot and kill Crown Prince Atur, and the dragon Nephalalargus, who was sworn to serve Tiber Septim, burned down the Crown fleet and destroyed everything. However, at this point, even though the Civil War was virtually done, Baron Vlog, the leader of the Forebears, had disappeared. So the terms of the Forebears and the Empire had changed, and instead of assisting the Forebears, the Empire used its full control and its setup of garrisons throughout all of Hammerfell to take control of the entire province, and that subjugated the entire province of Hammerfell to the Empire. However, this necessarily didn't end things, because in the events of the Elder Scrolls Redguard, the resistance would pop up, which eventually would lead to the death of Provisional Governor Emil Reichton, and basically this would force the Empire to consolidate with the Redguards and work with the Redguards, and basically the province of Hammerfell would be assimilated into the Empire rather than being subjugated. And so this is during the first treaty of Stros Makai, where the Empire would conclude their business in Hammerfell, and the Civil War would be officially done. Now, I would say that's where the Civil War would end, because the Empire was a force and a faction in the Civil War itself. But nevertheless, it would end with Hammerfell being a province of the Empire. Now, that's all we have for today, and it's all we could really uncover. But truly, this is a fun topic to go over. I really enjoyed being able to dive in and just see what was going on with Hammerfell, because Hammerfell is one of those places we don't know too much about. And of course, me liking to go into places that are relatively unknown, I had a lot of fun doing it. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. And I even though I have the end screened, please like and subscribe for more, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any suggestions on future topics, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you all around. Peace. Hey guys, please like if you enjoyed this. Lets me know you're really liking the content, and lets me know that you want more of it. And please subscribe if you want more content like this. I post 5 days a week and once bi-weekly with Dragon Age lore. And with that, I hope to see you guys in the Discord chat. Peace.